What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. Today we're back with yet another eeveelution to see if I can make it competitively viable in singles battles. And once again, I will be doing ranked battles because the star of the show today is none other than my favorite eeveelution, Espeon. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe because it helps you grow out, and give this video a thumbs up so that we can push it out into the YouTube algorithm so that more eeveelution fans can see it. And if you would like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. So let's go ahead and see if I can make Espeon good. So very similarly to Jolteon, Espeon is supposed to be a fast special attacker. It's got a fantastic special attack stat of 130 and a speed stat of 110, so not quite as fast as Jolteon, but it can definitely still hit just as hard. However, another characteristic that it shares with Jolteon is that it is very frail. It has an HP stat of 65 and a defense stat of 60. It does have a special defense stat of 95, which is its one redeeming defense stat. However, if this thing gets hit by a physical move, it's done for. So for that reason, I definitely threw a focus sash on it, just like I did with Jolteon. I also went ahead and trained it very similarly to Jolteon as well, and I went ahead and maxed out its special attack as well as its speed stats, just to make sure that it usually hits first and it hits hard. I also gave it a timid nature to help with the speed as well. And the last couple of EVs I threw into special defense. But the most important thing about Espeon is its ability, Magic Bounce. So Magic Bounce reflects any status moves instead of getting hit by them. So if somebody tries to set up something like Stealth Rock, instead of me getting hit by the Stealth Rock, it actually gets reflected onto them, and now it's on their side of the field. So you're definitely going to want to lead off with Espeon. Moveset wise, I went ahead and gave Espeon Imprison, Psychic, Shadow Ball, and Dazzling Gleam. So I threw Imprison on there just because I do have Shadow Ball on Espeon, which is one of the most common ghost type moves, which obviously if people see a Psychic type on the field and they have Shadow Ball, they're most likely gonna try to use it to take out Espeon. So if I use Imprison on them, they are no longer gonna be able to use Shadow Ball against Espeon. Psychic being on there is obviously just a given, and Shadow Ball and Dazzling Gleam are there for coverage. And speaking of coverage, I went ahead and gave my Espeon the Dark Terra type. I know a lot of people use a Fire Terra type because it is more of an offensive Terra type. However, I went the defensive route and went ahead and gave it the Dark Terra type, so that way I get rid of any weaknesses to any Ghost type attacks and any Dark type attacks. And I know I keep referring back to Jolteon, but just like Jolteon, Espeon is definitely not going to be a full team sweep. But it is going to do its job, and it's going to do its job well. And its jobs are either 1, to prevent any hazards, or 2, to hit hard and hit fast and get rid of any threats as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and see if I can make it happen. Alright, time to put Espeon to the test and see if I can make it good in singles battles. I did see that they have a Garganacl on their team, so I wouldn't be surprised if they lead off with it. Okay, so I am definitely about to get salt cured. So in this situation, I don't really have a good option because whether I leave Espeon in or I switch it out, somebody's gonna get salt cured. So I think here it's best if I just let Espeon take the hit and go for the Psychic to try to get as much damage in to try to take out Garganacl as soon as possible because salt cure is annoying. Okay, I'll take it. It did about half health, so realistically, one more Psychic should take it out. Okay, here comes the Salt Cure. Didn't do too much damage. Obviously, I'll take chip damage, but we are looking like we're in pretty good shape here. I should be able to take it out next turn. Okay, they're actually withdrawing Garganacl, so what is gonna be hit by Psychic now? Tinkaton! Okay, that is definitely not gonna hit very hard then. Yes, Psychic! Do absolutely nothing! Okay. Clearly, Espeon is not ideal in this situation. Oh, it has leftovers, even more annoying. So I don't think that I have anything that I can use with Espeon that's gonna be able to take out Tinkaton before I succumb to Salt Cure. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch out here. And I think I'm gonna go with Palafin just because I want to activate 0 to Hero. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch in Palafin and I'm just gonna hit it with a flip turn just so I can switch out to Fluttermane, basically, and then I'll deal with this thing after that. Oh, it knocked off my choice band. That is not nice of you, ma'am. Okay, so let me go for my flip turn. All right, see ya later, Tinkaton. That did a good amount of damage for being a flip turn. You know what I just realized? Tinkaton has Gigaton Hammer. So, do I send in Espeon? No, because Espeon doesn't live a Gigaton Hammer, but neither will Fluttermane. Fluttermane is half fairy. Oh no. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with Fluttermane, and I'm just gonna hope that it uses like a sword dance or something and lets me just hit it with a mystical fire. Let's hope. This could go terribly wrong. Oh, I went for the play rough! Oh, dude, that was such a lucky break on my end. If that was a Gigaton Hammer, Fluttermane would have been done for. So here's my chance. I'm gonna go ahead and go for Mystical Fire. There is no way that that thing outspeeds me, so this should take it out. All right, goodbye, Tinkaton. My fairy is now safe. Okay, and it looks like they're sending out Garganacl again, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch back into Espeon, just because Espeon is already salt cured, and I don't wanna have to deal with 2 Pokemon being salt cured, so this way Espeon will take the hit, it'll most likely live it, and then I can just hit this with a Psychic. Oh, it actually used Recover. Well, that's annoying, but I already know how much damage Psychic will do to it, so I'm not concerned. So I'm gonna go ahead and go for my Psychic now. Boom, we're back at half health. Here comes the Salt Cure. Doesn't do too much damage. I'm gonna get hit again, which is unfortunate. But we're still good. Just enough time for me to take this thing out. Unless they switch out. They did not switch out. Psychic is gonna hit, and Garganacl is done for. Ooh, and I got a crit. Love that. Let's see what their last Pokemon is. Oof, Espeon is on his last legs. It's literally on 6 HP. It's done well up to this point though. It's definitely done its job. Dragonite. Okay, so I do have Dazzling Gleam on Espeon, but most people with Dragonites, 1, have extreme speed, and 2, are Terra Normal, and they're terastallizing, so it's probably gonna be an extreme speed Terra Normal Dragonite. Yep, there's the Terra Normal. Let's see if I get hit with an extreme speed. There it is, yep. All right, well, Espeon is now done. It did well. Magic Bounce didn't come into play during this battle, but Espeon definitely put in work. So I think here I'm gonna go ahead and send in... Do I send in Palafin? No, because Extreme Speed's gonna hit first no matter what, and I don't think Palafin will live that. I'm gonna go ahead... Wait, no, if it hits me with an Extreme Speed, then it's not gonna work against Fluttermane. Okay, let's hope that it uses Extreme Speed. And I'm gonna go for, I think I'm gonna go for a Moonblast here, just because obviously stab, it'll hit hard even though it's not super effective anymore, but yes, let's go. Okay, perfect. All right, so this should do a good amount of damage. Boom, let's go. All right, we still have a chance. Go for another Moonblast here. Canceled. Aw, dude. Aw, they were probably stuck with extreme speed and they couldn't hit me. They knew. Okay, and just because Magic Bounce didn't come into play during that battle, I did happen to have a clip from a different battle that I did earlier in the day where Magic Bounce did come into play. So I'll show you that here just so you can see how helpful and how useful that ability can be. So I'm obviously going up against an Iron Treads here, and I was concerned that I was about to get knocked out, but luckily for me, they ended up setting up a Stealth Rock, which means Magic Bounce literally bounced it off and made the Stealth Rocks appear on their side of the field. So now they were stuck with Stealth Rock and I wasn't. So can Espeon be made competitively viable in singles battles? Absolutely. I honestly hadn't used Espeon on any of my competitive teams up until this video, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually really enjoyed using it. Number 1, because it's fast and it's a hard hitter, as you saw in the first battle. And number 2, Magic Bounce comes in clutch so often, especially in competitive singles, where switching your Pokemon is imperative to strategy. And before I started using Espeon on my team, I found that one of my biggest weaknesses towards my team were people setting up things like Stealth Rock. So I am definitely a fan of Magic Bounce Espeon. And maybe I'm a little biased because it is my favorite eeveelution, but I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You just saw that it's very useful. But let me know what you guys think of Espeon down below in the comments. And of course, if you have any suggestions on how to make it better, leave those down below as well, because I think I might keep Espeon on my team. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye!